Hey y'all, welcome to my channel Sandy Toe Tarot. My name is Laura. It is a pleasure to be here with you today and to read for you today, whether you have been here before or this is your first time. I'm very excited to read for you. I am doing a yes or no pick a card reading today. I try to keep a new one out there every couple of weeks because you guys have new questions all the time. And it's kind of my way of, it's interactive, so it's like a semi-personal reading. There's some personal element to it. It's not a truly personal reading. It's still for the collective, but it does give you an opportunity to be interactive with the readings and to ask your own questions. So I filmed a yes or no pick a card a couple of days ago. I had so many problems with my systems, with my phone system, which is what I'm filming on, with my laptop. Everything just fell apart. So it just told me it wasn't meant to be. I ended up deleting all of that, and I'm gonna start fresh today. I am timing it today because I have noticed if it gets over an hour long, for whatever reason with the internet we have here, it just takes way too long to upload the video. It takes too long to edit it. And as much as I love to do this, sometimes I'm working on a limited amount of hours available to me. So I'm going to be very quick about this today. This is a yes or no pick a card. You get to choose which pile you think is answering your question, whatever that may be. Some people like to pick based on the stones, so I'll run through that real quick. This is a rough cut rose quartz on pile 1. On pile 2, we have either a blue tiger's eye, or I've learned recently, it is also called a falcon's eye, which I actually like better, so I think I'm going to start calling that a falcon's eye. On pile 3, a citrine, rough cut, and on pile 4, an aventurine. So if you already know how to do a pick a card, go ahead and choose your pile. I'll have the timestamps in the description box below. You can just click on that time and it'll take you directly to that part of the video. For those of you who have never done a pick a card before and would like a little guidance on how to choose, basically the best advice I can give you is to be pretty intuitive about it and don't overthink it. That's the most important thing. Some people just actually like one of these numbers, 1 through 4. It's like their number, or that number speaks to them. Some people will choose based on the stone. Some people find some synchronicities in the timestamps down below and the numbers there. Some people will just close their eyes, take a few deep breaths, and then whenever they open their eyes, whichever pile they're drawn to, that's the one to choose. I would recommend that you take a few deep breaths anyway, regardless of how you choose it. So just make your choice, and again, hit that timestamp in the description box and it'll take you directly to that part in the video. I'll see you there. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 1 for your yes or no pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. Pile 1 did have the rose quartz on it. I will get the message. I'll pull these all at the same time and see if I can get a definitive yes or no. Sometimes it is a maybe. And then if that's all you want to hear is what your answer is, then I'll say that first. And then there's usually a story there that is either appropriate for the collective, and sometimes it gets pretty specific. So if you want to stay and listen to the story that is in the cards, you are more than welcome to. If you're finding that it does not resonate with you, go ahead and click off of that. It's not for you. You will know. All right, let's take a look and see what we have here. You got the Ace of Cups. These are the universal Waite tarot cards, by the way. The Ace of Wands, the King of Cups. Very watery energy, very emotional. Okay, so for the Druid Craft Tarot, you got the Prince of Wands. Wow, you got the Sun card, and you got the Ace of Swords. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, you guys, 3 aces. That's a definite yes. This is actually a definite new beginning in your life. I don't know what your question was about. It could be about anything, but there's definitely, it could be about anything because we have so many elements represented here in these swords, or in these aces. The swords are about thoughts, ideas, clarity, a victory actually over adversity. The wands talk about ideas, creative ideas, movement, action, adventure. The cups talk about emotional things, love, romance, can just be emotional fulfillment as a person. And the Ace of Cups particularly is just about a state of euphoria, just being in maybe one of the best emotional places you have been in a long time. Okay, so this is a definite yes. This is a yes for new beginnings, and when I say a new beginning, it's coming in very quickly because we have the Prince of Wands here, talks about action, talks about actually it talks about swift action. It talks about adventure, travel. If we're talking about people, fire signs are represented in the wands, so that would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sometimes when you're talking about romance, and I do see if you're asking about a relationship, that's a yes to the relationship and whatever it is you're asking about, like is there going to be a new beginning in this relationship, or am I going to meet somebody? That's a yes to both of those questions. And this can talk about a young man who's very fire, passion-like. You know, they're the fire signs are the doers of the zodiac. They're also entrepreneurs. But this is a younger person. This card over here represents an older person and maybe Cancer. It's my minor arcana for Cancer. But we'll say a water sign, and that's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's an older person who's really, really good at relationships and has just mastered that. And they may have mastered it through a lot of heartache, right? Or a lot of bad relationships. Sometimes you have to, it's part of the learning process. You have to be in a lot of bad relationships before you figure out what it is that you need in a good relationship. But literally read as an older gentleman who is who's observant, mysterious, emotional, good at relationships, maybe a PR person. Maybe also some kind of trusted advisor kind of person, like a psychologist or something. People go to them because they have an emotional intelligence and a wisdom to help them through kind of the things that are happening in their life, whatever that is. And along with this new beginning, you've got the Sun card over here, which talks about breaking free from the past. It itself talks about a new beginning. It's always a yes in a tarot reading. It's just a very positive, happy card. And there's something about this reading with this horse here and this horse here and the meaning of this card here and this card. Something here about breaking free from whatever your past has been up till now, up until this reading, and why you're asking this question. There's something about breaking free from the past and moving forward with childlike abandon. Like there's just such a freedom in this reading. It's the new beginning is such a victory for you guys. The literal meaning for the Ace of Wands is a new life. So that can be, this card can also be moving. So you might be moving to a new location. You might be entering into a new relationship. You might be entering into a new, more emotionally satisfying phase in a relationship that you are already in. Whatever it is, you're breaking free from the past, and it's a victory for you guys. This new beginning is a victory. I don't think I have really anything to add to that. Let me look. No, not really. As far as people, again, we have some water on the board and we have some fire on the board. Don't read too much into that. People can you have a lot going on in their chart, right? So they might just have some heavy water signs in their whole chart of 12 signs in 12 placements. So a lot of people don't even know what other people's zodiac signs are. So I would look at it more about the personality. The fire signs are real passionate, enthusiastic. They're real interesting because they have great stories to tell, because they go out on great adventures all the time. And then the water signs are more emotional, more mysterious, but they can go with the flow. They're very mutable. All right, so I'm going to get one oracle card to finish this reading up. And because we do have new love on the board, this is what we call a yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Whatever you're asking about. Yes, yes, yes. Yes to love. Yes to winning. Yes to moving forward. Yes to an exciting adventure. Yes to a new phase. If you're asking about a complete new phase in your life, it absolutely is. All right, so final messages for pile one. What do you have? These are the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angela Hartfield. They're so pretty. Okay, act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. That's almost like a law of attraction thing, right? If they're not really there, you just pretend like they are there, and then eventually they will be there. And I'm going to also get one card from the Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. Just one final card. I hate to leave you guys with all this excitement, but I might have to. I'm getting close to 10 minutes here, but let's see. Okay, one final card, one final message for pile one. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. This is gorgeous, you guys. This is just a very abundant reading. It's a very abundant yes. Whatever it is that you're asking for, whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest, whatever it is that you're trying to break free from, you're breaking free completely, and you're moving on to this great, wonderful, amazing, abundant place. Yes, if you're asking about children too. If you're asking about baby. Okay, that's all I have for my pile ones. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile two for your yes or no pick a card, these are going to be your messages. Pile two did have the Falcon's eye on it, or a blue tiger's eye. I actually like Falcon's eye better. Okay, so at first I will pull all these cards at the same time, and I will get a yes or no answer. Sometimes it's a maybe. There will be a story in the cards afterwards. Sometimes it's very appropriate for the whole collective, and it's just a continuation of that yes or no. Sometimes it's actually a very specific message, which I know is not as interesting for the collective. So if that happens and it doesn't resonate with you, then just let it go. It's for somebody else. Okay, so let's just pull these universal Waite tarot first and see what we got. You got the World, the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, I was going to say coin, and the Queen of Cups. And with the Druid Craft Tarot, you got the Ten of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Okay, this is a yes for sure. Got some pretty happy cards here. Definitely the world talks about moving forward. Like you have just completed a cycle and you are moving forward onto a new cycle. Now, we're split here. So for some of you, it's going to be a new cycle in career finance. For some of you, it's going to be a new cycle, love and romance. Okay? So for the career finance people, I feel like you're breaking out into something that you want to do, something that you love. This Three of Pentacles talks about that. It talks about working really hard at something that you love. It talks about craftsmanship. So it could be something special that you have, some special skill that you have that you can take out into the world and create a business that will provide you with financial stability. And the reason I'm saying you're doing this on your own is because we have the King of Wands with this, and that's minor arcana for Aries, but it's also very business owner, entrepreneurial energy here. So I do feel like that security is very important to you. It's probably the most important thing on your mind right now for whatever reason. Maybe you're coming from a place where you didn't have enough money. Maybe you're leaving a job. That's what you want to do. You want to leave a job to start your own business, and you're kind of worried about it. It's like, is it going to work or is it not going to work? Yes, it is going to work. It is going to provide you in the short term very stable foundation to build from. I feel like it might be beginning stages here because I don't feel like this is a time to grow a business. I think this is a time to take a risk and know that it will sustain you. You're not growing right now, but if you want to take that leap from a job, from working for somebody else or a corporate job or something, it's okay. You're going to be okay financially. That's what this is saying. Okay, for my relationship people over here, we do have, first of all, the Queen of Cups, which is minor arcana for Scorpio, but it can be an older woman over the age of 35 that's just really good with relationships. Like she's kind of figured that thing out. She's maybe been through enough of them. She's had her heart broken enough. Whatever the case may be. Maybe she has been doing other things, focusing more on her career. That's in good shape. So now she's look how she's looking wistfully at that cup right there. She wants her cup of love. That is coming in for you. If that was your question, is a new relationship coming in for you? Yes, it is. You have the Ten of Cups here, or the Two of Cups here, which talks about a new relationship. It is a very promising relationship. You are in the beginning stages of it, but those two people are really digging each other. And it's even more than that. They have a lot of compatibility in their life plans and goals, and in their dreams, in their personalities, in their lifestyles. They just have so much compatibility. They are friends too, in addition to really digging each other. So that is a yes for a new relationship if something's going to be coming in for you. It's also yes for if you're asking about the relationship that you've just started and does it have any promise or any potential. That's definitely a yes too, because you have the Ten of Cups here, which talks about a very happy family, and this is nuclear family, mom, dad, and kids. It can just talk about wish fulfillment, but in this emotional fulfillment, but in this particular case, with this other family vibe I'm getting down here, I think it actually is a yes to a relationship that leads to family, if that's what you're asking for. And let's see if I see any other yeses. I mean, it's definitely yes, whatever you're asking for, but I'm trying to see if I see any other storylines here besides the entrepreneurship and the new relationship. Okay, some of you have actually applied for a big city job, doing whatever it is that you love, but maybe that requires some kind of special skill. like maybe you want to be a dancer and you've been auditioning in New York City at the theater or something like that. This is definitely a yes to that. Your hard work is going to be paying off very soon. You will get that job that you've asked for, that you've applied for, that you have auditioned for, and I feel like it's in a big city for some of you. Okay, so I think that is pretty solid, pretty succinct. For all of you, a new cycle is beginning in your life. The world talks about completions and new beginnings. It is the last card in the major arcana, so that means you're just striking out on a new adventure. That's very exciting. All right, what final messages can we get from the angels and ancestors for pile 2? What final message would you like to leave with pile 2? Final message for pile 2. Shaman, trust in higher forces. Ooh, I love this card. So you're being guided. You kind of know what you want. You've put the wish out into the universe. Now you just have to trust that the universe is conspiring to bring you what it is you want, because it is. That's absolutely what is happening. Trust in the higher forces that are all up there. Your whole spirit team is up there working for you to help you manifest this that you desire, whatever that is. Okay, for the Sacred Traveler, I just want to ask if there's anything that you need to do. Is there anything pile 2 needs to do, or any action that pile 2 needs to take? So I just noticed the 2, 3, 4. There's a 2, 3, 4, which talks about progression, and that kind of just says this in a very different way. We're moving forward here. Things are moving forward for you. Okay. Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. And I think that your spirit guides are making you strong. Whichever one this is for you, you're kind of coming into your own here. You're stepping into your power. There's a confidence about you that makes you know that if I want to go be a dancer in New York City, I can go be a dancer in New York City. If I want to start a new business, it's solid. The universe has got my back. We're good. Let's go. If I want to start a family, meet the love of my life and start a family, I am in the best position. I am very powerful right now as an individual. So now is the right time for me to pursue a relationship, because I am a whole person and I bring that to the relationship. You're very powerful right now in your manifesting, which is really exciting. Congratulations. All right, that's all I have from my pile 2s. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 3 for your pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages for your yes or no pick a card reading. Pile 3 did have the citrine on it, rough cut citrine. Love it. Very happy stone. So I'm going to pull these cards all at the same time, and I will get you a yes or no real quick, or a maybe. Sometimes it can be a maybe. There will also be a story in the cards. Sometimes that's very appropriate for the collective, and sometimes it gets very specific. If it gets real specific and you find that doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. It just means it's not your reading, but you will still have your answer to your question up front. Okay, so let's see what you got for the universal weight. You got the 7 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles. So that's 2 7s there. Okay, for the Druid Craft Tarot, you got the rebirth in the Druid Craft, which would be the same as Judgment in the Rider Waite. You got the Moon card. And you got the King of Wands. This is a no. And I'm actually hearing more of a not right now, is what I'm hearing. Because you've got this Five of Pentacles down here that talks about being cast out in the cold. It talks about poverty and lack. Let's see. Choosing to go outside of an institution because you don't like what's going on in there. It's kind of like a card of I will starve to death before I will go in there because I don't like what you guys are about. And then underneath that, you got the Moon card here, which talks about deception. Can talk about trickery going on. It talks about illusion, and so does this card. The Seven of Cups talks about illusion, pie in the sky, flights of fancy, not being able to grasp anything, not being able to hold on to anything. I feel like you might have been in an institution of some, I gotta call them, like, okay, for those of you who don't know me too well, I used to work in corporate jobs, and I call them institutions because the last time I left a corporate job, it's like, I am not going back there, and I'm not going back in an institution, and because it feels like being jailed to me. So that's why I call them institutions. But it's not, okay, so by institution, what do you mean? I'm talking about big corporations. I'm talking about hospitals. I'm talking about government entities. I'm talking about banks, those kinds of things, those big business kind of things. So I kind of feel like you guys might have left something like that, might have been fired, might have left, because you're getting this card of, again, is Pentacles, which has to do with your money and finances or whatever, but it's a card of rest. It's a card of taking a break from something. Now, the meaning of the card is probably you'll go back to it, whatever it is, but right now it's like, no, I'm not going to go back to it right now. I need to take a break from it. I need to think about it a little bit. And this card kind of talks about that as well, like the Hermit card, going within to find some answers, retreating from the world. This guy's actually coming out of a tomb. He's coming out of Newgrange in Ireland, one of the oldest known tombs. And to me, okay, so usually this card means waking up to life, and I do feel like it means waking up to life eventually, but I feel like you've got to go in the tomb. I feel like you've got to go retreat and isolate and hibernate. That's the word I'm looking for. You got to go hibernate and think about things and decide what you want to do next. Right now, it's really hard for you to get clear, and that's because there's just too much going on underneath the surface that you don't know about. Now, this King of Wands it's entrepreneurial energy, it's business owner energy, it's the boss man energy, boss woman energy, male or female. Aries, minor arcana for Aries. If it's not Aries, it's a fire sign, and that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So let's just talk about what the fire signs are. They're the doers of the zodiac. They're usually very positive, which is what I like about them, and what I kind of need a little bit is someone that. The air signs wake up in a new world every day. Like if someone hurts their feelings on one day, they wake up the next day and they've just let it go. They just don't dwell on stuff. And I think that's fantastic. That's why they're very good salesmen. That's why they can keep going when the business gets tough, right? Because it's a new day. It's always a new day. So they are passionate, they're enthusiastic, they're very interesting. They have a lot of stories to tell because they go a lot of places, they do a lot of things. They're very adventurous. They're out there doing stuff. So I think this comes later. I think this is where you're at right now. That's why this is a no. I do think you have to go within, figure some stuff out, and then maybe even in the springtime, right? You come back out, and after you've had some time to figure out the new direction and the best course of action and what you want to do next, then you come out of that guns blazing. You come out of that ready to go. You know what you want, but I think you have to go within for right now to figure it out. Let's see if we can get some words of wisdom from the angels and ancestors for our pile 3. Is there any other message that can help pile 3 here? What other messages do you have for pile 3? What other message for pile 3? I think pile 2 got this. Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. So I kind of feel this goes up in here with this hibernation kind of thing. Maybe being out in nature more and less focused on the pinnacles, less focused on the money and how you're going to make a living and that kind of thing. If you can, when you're doing this, when you're in your hibernation mode, if you can take lots of long walks out in the woods, on the beach, wherever you can, that you can actually see the beauty of the earth and the way it unfolds. It just gives you so much renewal and hope. I love taking my walks out in the woods every day. I do it every day. Not in the woods, but you know, it's a path that is in the woods. And I really it really feeds my soul. And you do see all these beautiful butterflies out there and all the beauty of nature and how it waxes and wanes and it dies and it grows. And it just does this stuff so effortlessly, and it makes your problems seem quite a bit smaller. You know, it's like, it's okay, it's okay. This is all a part of it. It's all a part of it. I signed up for this when I came here. I knew I was going to do this. It's fine, you know? It just really, really feeds your soul. Let's see if the Sedona Oracle has anything that it wants to say to you here. I don't use these cards as much. I use them for one specific purpose, but I don't do those kind of readings very often. So let's see if there's anything else the Sedona deck wants to say. Any other message here for pile 3? So this kind of reiterates that message of spring too. The earth cycles. I think it's going to take an earth cycle here for you to get clear on which direction you're going in. So that might mean, and this is a timeless reading, so that might mean if it's fall where you are right now, then the next season will be time for, you'll take this fall to figure things out, and then the next season things will open up for you. If it's winter where you are, then the next season will be spring, and when that earth cycle ends, then things will open up for you. It's that kind of thing. It's going with the flow of, there's a cycle, there's an earth cycle message here in some way for you guys. There's definitely a retreat, which usually indicates winter time, but that's not necessarily, you know, and you got another card of winter over here. So I don't know when you've clicked on this, but in the winter time you might need to take a break from the world, figure it out, and then come back, make a plan. You do need to make a plan. First of all, figure out what you want and make a plan, and then come back in the spring with your plan and put it into action. All right, what last message do you have for pile 3? Okay, so I don't know what this means. I'm going to have to read this one. Indirect, Mingus Mountains, indirect source. I mean, I think I know what it means, but maybe not. These are real short, so. The mountain range borders the beautiful green Verde Valley and is quite visible from Sedona. Red rock energy bounces from the mountains right back into the atmosphere. Whatever is happening in your life, it may not originate from where you may think. It is important to be aware of all the energies coming toward you. Okay, I think that goes back to this. I think there's some serious I wanted to say unclarity, and that is not a word. It is just very unclear what's happening. I think that there's some confusion here about what is really going on beneath the surface, and I think maybe you think that the problems are coming from here, and maybe it's coming from over here, and that's why you have to retreat. That's why it's not wise to take any actions right now. That's why this is a no, because you'll need time to figure out what's actually happening beneath the surface. All right, that's all I have for my pile threes. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste. Welcome back, my friends. If you chose pile 4 for your yes or no pick a card reading, these are going to be your messages. Pile 4 did have the green Aventurine on it. All right, so I pulled some cards here, and I will use these to tell me whether this is a yes or no. Sometimes it is a maybe. And there will be a story in the cards. I will see some story in the cards. I always do. Now, sometimes that's very appropriate for the collective, and sometimes it gets very specific. So if it gets specific and you're finding, oh, that doesn't resonate for you, that's fine. Just let it go. The message is meant for somebody else, but at least you will have your answer. All right, let's see what we got with the Universal Waite Tarot. Got the Page of Wands, got the Queen of Swords, got the 3 of Pentacles, and you got the 4 of, I'm sorry, that's not a 4, that is an 8 of Pentacles. That's 8. That's a lot more than 4. That's double 4. Okay, for the Druid Craft Tarot, you got the Fool, you got the 9 of Swords, and you got the 8 of Swords. Okay, this is a no, but I need to figure something out here. Hold on. So these are basically people. You got Minor Arcana for Sagittarius, Minor Arcana for Virgo. So these are people, more or less, energies anyway. I want to see this 3 of Pentacles. Show me the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, that looks like it. So let's see. Okay, so this is the this is clarified with the Queen of Pentacles. Show me the 8 of Pentacles. Show me the 8 of Pentacles. Show me the 8 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. That's twice. All right. So all these swords go with this. This goes over here. So this is a no. This is a no because it feels there's too much stress involved in it. There's too much worry involved in it. There's too much that you cannot get clear about. And I think some of you are asking about some kind of business venture that you do on your own that may be some a special skill that you have that you, like some artistic thing or something that you're just really, really like singing or something that only you can do. Leather working or something like that. And wanting to turn that into a business. I think some of you are asking about that. This is a no for that. If you're asking about apprenticing under somebody to get a skill, to a skill that you kind of like is a hobby that you think, wow, I might be interested in doing that for work, that's a no. That's not going to work out for you. There's just too much that you don't know about it yet. So that's not saying it's a no forever. It's just saying it's a no for right now. And I feel like if you are wanting to apprentice under some person, I don't feel like they would be the right person for you to apprentice under. I just feel like they're pretty harsh as an individual. This is minor arcana for Virgo, but it's really just a really intelligent woman. But she's not as emotional. She uses her head, not her heart. She has a lot of integrity, but she can just be really harsh, and especially about just cutting people out of their life when she needs to. So you do have the swords around you. So in this particular reading, that tells me that you would feel trapped if you took this route right here. You would feel trapped. It would not work out for you. You would be up at night worrying about it. It would not come as easily for you as you would like it to. I don't feel like you would get the money from it that you would like to. I feel like you're trying to turn something into a living or find something to do for a living. And for this particular path, this is saying no. Now, this also would be saying no to education. And I would never try to talk somebody out of getting an education. It was very important to me that I got mine. But there are so many ways to get an education, and this no may mean it's just not the right time. So if you're maybe if you're asking about being accepted to a college or something, that's going to be a no for right now for this particular college. Doesn't mean you won't be accepted to another college. Okay, so what we have going on here is a new adventure, something that takes you out into the world, and it does bring you money. It brings you pentacles. See this full? It's something completely new that you have not thought about. And I don't think it's coming right now. Now is not the time. Let's just see if we can get some clarification on when. Now, I do think the idea comes to you for this new thing. It does come to you. And when it does come, you want to be careful about who you tell. Just tell your most trusted advisors. Don't spread it around to everybody else, because the message here that is, if you do, then they might want to take that idea and run with it, and before you have the opportunity to do it yourself. This also tells me, okay, so this was something that you would be able to do on your own, like some craft that you're good at, some art that you're good at, some wood handcraft. I'm feeling a hand thing, like something you do with your hands that you're good at, that you want to turn into goldsmithing, jewelry making, whatever, that you want to do, turn into a business. But this is something that you would do on your own. This is something that you would do with a partner. So, or a group of people, at least two other people, one or two people, okay? So this is saying yes to working with somebody else, collaborating with somebody else on a business idea that will definitely bring you abundance. It will be good. It will actually be fun. It'll take you out on this new adventure, like maybe out into the world, like whatever it is that this business will provide you opportunities to travel and maybe to some really fun and exotic locations. But this is not coming to you yet. I feel like this is put into this reading for the sole purpose of giving you hope, because this is going to This is gonna hurt, this is gonna sting a little bit because you really feel like you want this. You really feel like it's the path that you need to take. But the universe is saying there's something better out there for you. Just hold on. Try not to be too upset about this. Even, you know, everybody, you know, when you want to do something, it's a little bit of a loss when it doesn't work out. But try not to get bogged down in it too much because something better is coming for you out here. Let's just see if we can maybe get some kind of time frame on figuring out this new path. When can I get a time frame for my lovely pile fours on this new path? Beautiful. Okay, that helps. Two time frames here. You got the Queen of Cups, which this tells me not only is this going to be something that's lucrative, it's also going to be something that you turn out loving. You're going to love this so much, it's going to feed your soul, okay? Time frame for this would be, now this is a timeless reading, so it depends on when you are clicking on this video. So this is Minor Arcana for Scorpio for me, so that would be the end of October, the beginning of November. For some of you, for others of you, the Ace of Wands is, I had to think about that for a minute. First of all, the Ace of Wands is about a new life. So this is really cool. It goes right along with this. Whatever this new thing is, it brings you a completely new life. It's fun, it's adventurous, you love it. It brings you joy, it brings you money. It's gorgeous, okay? Time frame, this is also in the fall. So what is that traditionally? September, October, November, those are the fall months. So both of these are saying in the fall. Whenever you click on this, whatever this new idea is, this new adventure, this new thing that is really exciting, comes to you in the fall, or it starts for you in the fall. You can move forward on it in the fall. But for this that you actually came to ask about, that's going to be a no. All right. So I'm just going to see if I can get some final words of wisdom for my pile fours. Oh, there are some people here on this. So this is just Virgo, or you could take it to air signs too, maybe Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But over here we have Aquarius, we have Sagittarius, and we have Scorpio. So you may be one of those. Whoever you're collaborating with on this over here may be one of those. This is older woman energy, both of those, and this is younger person energy, male or female, but the fire signs, so that would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, maybe a mother-daughter venture, or a aunt-niece venture, or a grandmother-granddaughter venture, something like that. Who knows? All right. What final words of wisdom do you have for my pile fours? My lovely pile fours. This was a no, but it turned out really good. I'm glad you got that last message over here. That's really hopeful. Eagle, see from a higher perspective. So that's it right here. When it's like I said, when these kind of things happen and you have these disappointments and you really, really wanted it really bad, like you were really trying to get into this school or something, and you were like, oh my God, I wanted it so bad. It does hurt a little bit. It stings a little bit. You got to take a weekend or whatever to mourn that loss. But Spirit is saying, look at it from a higher perspective. Try not to get so bogged down in that, and rise above it. And just know, like you know, that everything happens for a reason. And if you're not getting this, it's because there's something way better for you out there. And that's really the message of this reading. Okay, my friends, that's all I have for you guys. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of light and love. Namaste.